Good evening students. To the students of standard 8, we are learning history chapter 2 from trade to territory. In the previous classes we have learned the arrival of trading companies. We have seen the war, the conflict between the different trading companies, and finally East India Company got the trade monopoly and started increasing its trade in India. Students, today we are going to learn the different wars which were fought between the company's official and different Indian rulers. Among this war was the first Battle of Palasi, which took place between the company's official and Sirajuddaulah and his soldier in 1757. The battle of Palasi was fought when Sirajuddaulah demanded the companies to pay the revenue and stop any further fortification. So there was a war between the company's official and Sirajuddaulah, and I have told you that changed the history of India, and the British, which was just a British company, and became the ruler of Indian territories. So when Sirajuddaulah demanded the revenue from East India Company, they refused to do so, and as a result there was a war on 23rd June 1757 between Sirajuddaulah. In this war, only a 300 of British soldiers defeated the 30,000 soldiers of Sirajuddaulah. It was just because of the Mir Jafar, the commander-in-chief of Sirajuddaullah's army. Mir Jafar cheated Sirajuddaulah and he joined the company, and in this war he did not fight from the side of Sirajuddaulah. As a result, Sirajuddaulah was defeated and he was killed. Later on we have seen that after Sirajuddaulah and the Mir Jafar became the puppet ruler of West Bengal and worked according to the wish of the company officials. But when the company officials saw that Mir Jafar is no more beneficial to them, they deposed deposed Mir Jafar from the throne, and Mir Qasim was replaced, and Mir Qasim was made the Nawab of Bengal. So student, you see the company official made different puppet rulers to sit on the throne, those who will act according to the wish of the East India Company. So first Mir Jafar became the puppet ruler. When company saw that he is no more beneficial for them, they removed him, and Mir Qasim became the puppet ruler, and Mir Qasim granted East India Company to get revenue from different areas of Bengal. So Mir Qasim was a puppet king under the control of East India Company for few period of time, and later on again Mir Qasim was also deposed from the throne, removed from the throne. So students, that was the battle of Palasi. Okay, second was the Battle of Buxar, which was fought in 1764. In the Battle of Buxar, when Mir Qasim he fled from Bengal and joined with the different rulers of India like Sojaudullah and Shah Alam II. These were the two Indian rulers with whom Mir Qasim joined with and fought with the company official. But unfortunately again Mir Qasim and the rulers who joined with him, they were defeated by the company officials, and there was a different agreement made between the Mir Qasim and Sojaudullah, and like that this battle of Buxar ended with the defeat of Mir Qasim and the other rulers who joined with Mir Qasim. Students, after the battle of Buxar, many things changed. First thing, the dual government started in Bengal. dual government started in Bengal means now the actual ruler of Bengal was the company. East India Company became the actual ruler of Bengal, and Warren Hastings became the first Governor General of Bengal, and that was the starting of the East India Company ruling in Indian territories. Became the administrator from a company, they became an administrator. So we see the dual government. What is dual government? That means two government started in Bengal. First was the the ruler, Indian ruler, who was ruling in India, but actually they had no power. They had responsibility. The ruler of Bengal had no actual power. They had responsibility of administrating the people of Bengal and meeting the need of the Bengal, but they had no power. And the second thing, they had no source of revenue. In the other side, company was the actual ruler, and they had all the power, and they had all the source to get the revenue, to get the money from Bengal, but they had no responsibility. They did not take care about the administration of Bengal. They did not care for the people of Bengal. So you see, student, dual government started in Bengal, and that that continued for few years, and again the dual government ended and direct rule of company started in Bengal. Students, when there was a dual government in Bengal, a severe famine occurred in Bengal in 1770. In 1770 there was a severe famine that took place in Bengal. At that time, people suffered under this dual government because the rulers of Bengal had no power, actual power, and they had no money, no source of revenue. Therefore, they could not do anything for the people. Whereas the East India Company was the actual ruler of Bengal. They had a money and they had all the power, but they did not take any responsibility of the people. As a result, under this famine in 1770, the people of Bengal suffered severely. So in 1772, this dual government ended in Bengal, and the full control came on the British East India Company, or British East India Company became the actual ruler or main ruler of Bengal. Warren Hastings became the first Governor General of Bengal and started the administration of Bengal. So see, students, that was the first landmark in the history of India when East India Company became the actual ruler of Indian territory. The next thing is the third war was the Four Anglo-Mysore War. Students, Four Anglo-Mysore War, four wars were fought between the British and the rulers of Mysore. Okay, in 1767 to 69, 1780 to 84, 1790 to 92, and 1799. These were the dates where four Anglo-Mysore War were fought between East India Company officials and the rulers of Mysore. Student, Mysore was a place which was known for spices, the trade of spices, and therefore East India Company wanted to get control of Mysore, defeating the rulers of Mysore. In this war, Hyder Ali, the father of Tipu Sultan, was killed. The first war was between the company and Hyder Ali, and in this war Hyder Ali was killed. Later on, Tipu Sultan became the ruler of Mysore, and Tipu Sultan was also died in this battle. So that was the battle of Mysore. Four battles were fought, and the Indian rulers, the rulers of Mysore, they were defeated, and East India Company got the power of Madras. The whole control of Madras got by the company officials. So in this way, they got the full control of Madras. The third or the fourth war was the three Anglo-Maratha wars. There were three wars between British and Marathas. So that was the fourth war between the Indian rulers and the British East India Company. That was the three Anglo-Maratha wars. Students, three wars were fought between the East India Company and the Maratha rulers. First war was in 1775 to 82, and in this treaty of Surat and Salbai were done between the rulers of this Maratha and East India Company. So first war, what happened? The treaty of Surat and Salbai were done. Second war was fought in 1803 to 1805, and in this East India Company gained the power of Orissa, Delhi and Agra. Orissa, Delhi and Agra were won by British India Company. East India Company got the control of these three places, the Orissa, Delhi and Agra, in the second war between the British and the Marathas. And the third Anglo-Maratha war took place in 1817 to 1819. In this, Marathas were fully crushed, fully defeated, and the Maratha rulers were fully crushed by the British officials. So students, these were the different wars which were fought by the Indian rulers and East India Company, and we see in this way East India Company, from a trading company, they started taking control of different Indian territories. They became the ruler, they became the administrator of different Indian territories. So that's why the chapter is called the trade to territory. So that we have seen the four wars, and defeating the different Indian rulers, the East India Company got the control of Indian territories. But later on we will see East India Company not only through the war, not only by fighting, but through different policies. Their different policies, they got the control of different administrations. That's why we call that the British, they followed the policy of divide and rule, and in different ways they took the different measures, different ways to defeat the Indian rulers and got the control of different Indian territory. So that's all for today, and I hope you understood these things, and keep on watching and try to learn. That's all. Thank you.